Well, we're here, our first game in charge of our brand new club. If you missed Friday's episode, we are now the Arsenal boss. Away to go on Bournemouth, 2 days after joining, no transfers has been done. We have, in my opinion, one problem position, it's goalkeeper. But let's not worry about that. Today is just about the games. We've got 2 games to go. Let's get into this Average Gamer. My name is Duncan. Welcome back to the Journeyman. And we're here. It's the first game in charge. This is our team. I can't show you any games. I can't show you any transfers. This is our team for today. In goals is our only goalkeeper, Tommy. Our back four for today will be Martinho, Silva, Hato, and Van Dissel. Our 3 centre midfielders is Malkov, Villegas, and Baleba. Out wide is a very familiar wide two from today in 2024. It is Saka and Martinelli, and up top is Lesueur. On the bench is a lot of people. We have bids in for 2 of our players, in Souza and Richie, who we're trying to move on. We're all trying to move on Bastoni, and I haven't made a decision yet on Liam Malachi Kalman yet, but we will at some point. This is a game that the bookies seem to think that Bournemouth are the favourites for, which maybe just shows you how far this team have fallen. But this is our first game in charge. We still don't have half of our staff with us. We still don't have our assistant manager. They're not coming until the end of the month due to work permits and the like. In terms of recent performances, we're actually coming in the back of a couple of wins. The fact that they sacked Guardiola at that stage still seems strange to me, but hey ho. Bournemouth are the team in black and red. We're the team in yellow and black. So that's what's going on. We are away from home at Bournemouth today. But let's see if we can get ourselves off to a winning start. So the boards and the fans, is it the board that want? So the board want defensively solid football. Both the board and the fans want attacking football as well. Or possession-based football. The fans want attacking. So we're not really looking too much at the defensive solid as such. One issue I've noticed is it's January, and our 2 top goal scorers, joint top goal scorers, have scored 5 goals. We're not scoring, so I don't know if that means that the team's not creating chances, or the players who are at the end of the chances aren't good enough. Looking at the stats, I'd be surprised if it's not good enough, so I'm just wondering if we haven't created chances. So we're doing something today. We're playing an attacking control possession style of game. We have an overlapping left back and an underlapping right back with 2 inside forwards. So cut inside to try and join the attack and hopefully have chances like Saka had there. So I'm hoping that what we're doing with this is we'll actually manage to get chances away. Now, you may be thinking, why have an underlapping right back who would go in the inside of the wide player and a winger who's going to want to come inside as well? It's a good question. 1, our right back is left-footed. 2, he isn't very good at crossing. So I want him in the middle of or coming out the middle of the park. Now I could play him as an inverted wing back. That is a possibility, and I might change to that. But right now I'm not. As things currently stand, I'm not. But that could change for the next game. I'm not fully sold on the player roles for the players that we're playing today, or even the formation as such. But it's about trying to put on what we can right now and focusing on that. Last episode, Friday's episode 45 of our previous club, we identified 4 positions that we probably want to strengthen. It's the first goal of our era, and it's Villegas. And it is goalkeeper, right back, centre mid, and striker potentially. Striker's not important to me. I feel we need a right back. Possibly first choice, but I'm probably okay with cover. Centre mid is absolutely just a cover position Goalkeeper, I want first choice in there. I'm not happy with Lorenzo Tomei, but we're at where we're at. And where that is currently 1-0 up away from home against Bournemouth. So far, so good. After explaining my whole decision, I've actually talked myself into changing this rule. Inverted wing back, defend, and let's take that off completely. Yep. So what that actually allows to do, so we've got Villegas at the moment playing of the right of the midfield three, so we've got our DM and then our two centre mids. Villegas playing on the right hand side, but second goal of the game, I might change that actually. I might play Villegas on the left, and it means that on the right hand side we'll have that attacking centre mid in Baleba and his backup. But if we do send another centre mid, if we bring in a Mazzala, they'll go out and cover that position out wide, where I think then in my head that Saka will come in. So when Saka comes in, the Mazzala in theory should go up. Theory does not always work. That's why I'm not getting completely bogged down on shape at the moment. It's just putting together the team we could with the players we have, and by the end of January we'll have an idea, and then come the summer is when we'll properly look to do what we can. One thing I'm not 100% happy with is I would like a ball winner in midfield. We don't have a ball winning midfielder, but I don't know where I would put him, because the three centre mids we've started, I don't particularly want to not play. So yeah, it's tough. I'm not fully on board with how we're going to play as of yet. I want to look and see what happened to Declan Rice, because he would have been the perfect player for us. I don't think he's retired, so I want to see where we sold him to and when. But I haven't had a chance to do that yet. The thing that I'm kind of confused with, defensively our players have got an okay rating at worst. Oh, excuse me. That yawn just came from nowhere. So it looks like nobody's necessarily at fault for the goal. The only player who isn't at an acceptable. So for me personally, 6.7 is the bare minimum I would accept as a good rating, or a standard or okay rating is a 6.7. So the only player for me that's below that just now is Martinelli, who's on a 6.6. That's a save. So that's an issue. What I have liked though is Villegas has been quite up and in the box. We're playing him as advanced playmaker on attack, but I've never had one that's been that aggressive in the box, and I'm loving it. And I don't know if that's a particular player role, or if the centre mid advanced playmaker attack role has changed slightly. What I'm going to do though straight away is actually make a change. I'm going to take off Martinelli and I'm going to bring on Candido Servin. That's the lad's name. Now, he is a winger on attack. So he's going to stay wide. He's going to come in. So really, this side here, when we're attacking, won't probably have many players on it often. They will. What this will also let us do with Van Dessel is actually play him in his more comfortable wing-back defend. So we'll see if that makes any changes to our defensive shape, because we've took the wing-back defensively. I don't think it will. But I also want to see if Servin can have a bigger impact on the game, because Martinelli didn't. And as much as this is us, say, learning the team, it's kind of like Leon all over again, but different problems. We need to learn the team, but also get the results, because unlike Leon, where we came in and we're just battling to get kind of mid-table, we've got a pop a title chance. So we've got to get results straight away. So it's small tweaks is all I can afford to do, at the least during a game, unless something isn't going to plan. So when we're 2-1 up, I don't want to make big shape changes, and I don't want to make go on. I don't want to make big fucking tactical things that could completely upset how we're played. Oh no. I don't know why I start Euro when I record. It's only when I record. But we're now 3-1 up. And I am a lot happier. Baleba's not had a good game. And I can't remember who his replacement is. I think it is you, Aguirre. I don't know how to say that. So we're going to say it's Aguirre. He's centre mid on attack. We're going to keep that role because I quite like it. It's worked well for me in this save. When we're in Wales, it's worked well for me. I'm also going to bring on Neil McClelland. He is another inverted player, but I'm going to play him as an inverted fullback. Just want to check. Yeah, absolutely going to play him as an inverted fullback. So Neil McClelland's going to come on and replace Martinho. He'll play an inverted fullback. Looks like a role he's quite comfortable in and got the stats for. He's also 6 foot, so he's not tiny, so he will fit in as that third centre back quite comfortably. It's another change. Small change. Is that a small change though? I feel that's kind of a bigger role change than other ones. But then again, we've took the inverted wing back, so all we're essentially doing. So the inverted wing back will move from the fullback position into your defence mid position beside, if you've got one defence mid beside him. If you've got none, he'll take the middle role type thing. That's where we'll go. Unless there's two there, then he will move further up the pitch. With an inverted fullback, he will go out wide in his fullback slot, but when we're in possession like this, you'll probably find he's making a back three right now with our two other centre backs, while our wing back sits a bit further forward because he's on defend, unlucky. Saka's as well not had the best of games. Not been bad, don't get me wrong, it's not the best of games. One of the questions we were asked at a press conference was, Villegas got a hat-trick. He's now our top goal scorer, or joint top goal scorer with Lesueur, because he just scored as well. One of the questions at a press conference was about the possibility of sorry, I just had a complete blank there. Was about Saka moving on, potentially? And I kind of just ignored it, because I didn't know there was interest in him. 1, 2, 3, 4. But apparently there is. Escalante is a centre mid option, so you're the defence mid option, where you can play as a deep line playmaker. Yes. Sweet. Marcos had a good game, but he's looking a little bit tired compared to the rest. So I want to bring him off. I'm going to bring Giannichini a chance to come on. He'll just continue the same role. I'm going to keep him on as defend though. I just want to check. So Malkov is playing deep line playmaker on support. Why didn't I put him on defend? I don't know. But I'm going to bring on Giannichini, who has just come back from injury, as our deep line playmaker on defend. Again, it's more of a defensive option, while still giving us that, taking the ball from the centre backs and moving it on. A lot of, even Miles from Sports Interactive, people that make the game, he'd said, was it 2 or 3 FMs ago about not having 2 playmakers on your side? But loads of teams do play with 2 playmakers. I've done it for a lot of FM. Oh, what a finish. What a finish. We've had it for... I've done it for a few FMs, having the 2 playmakers. Especially if you get a deep line one and an advanced one. You have kind of like a double pivot. So you've got somebody who will sit deeper, take the ball off the defend. Somebody who's more likely then, in advance, in his role, is more likely to be attacking more, being further up the play. So if you have both... For me, anyway, in my head, you're going to create chances from deep and further up the park. That's what you want, especially for a team like Arsenal, who, in theory and on paper, should be against the majority of the teams in this league dominating. You want to have options. You want to have options. One thing I will say is I could be convinced to replace our centre mid attacks with ball winning midfielders. I could absolutely be convinced in that. Between now and the end of the season, could be convinced on that, but we just need to see what happens. And the options we possibly have. That is a poor ball from our hat-trick hero. Win it. Good save by Tommy. Did they save it or did it just go out? It just went out. Okay. Right. Aguirre? I don't know how to say that. I need to learn how to say that. Right, Williams is on a booking. He came on as a sub. Tries to cut it back for Lesueur. Doesn't overtly work. Good header by Antonio. Back to Williams, who's on a booking. Both players on a booking that I just mentioned. That's a good switch of play, actually. Serving. Cuts it back for Aguirre. Serving. Should have had a shot, but I don't know how good his right foot is. That's a good ball by our That's what I like about deep line playmaker. He is sitting further back than the rest of the team, and that chance he created, what a ball. What a ball. Villegas with a free kick. Out for a corner. 50 minutes left of this game. We've used all our subs, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have. So this, unlucky. Williams has got the number 9. Okay. Are you the American? No, you're the young Englishman. That's came through our youth. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I can't remember who our next game's against, truthfully, but we'll have a look at it in a minute. And then tomorrow's episode, we're going to have 3 games in it, so I'll try not to talk too much in between. and just try and get the 3 games as soon as possible. Right. 3 points in our first game in charge would be a big, big bonus. Especially when we weren't the favourites to win, which still surprises me. Still surprises me. Chelsea are beating Liverpool. Man City are beating Aston Villa. Everton are beating Coventry. Newcastle beating Man United. Right, this is it. Game looks about over. Nope. Van Dessel. Can we just blow the whistle, ref? I'm kind of wanting the game done. I'd like the 3 points. That's a good... Right, come on. Just blow the whistle now. It's fine. It's fine. Kick it long. Kick it long. Kick it long. Kick it long. Never mind. Rest blowing his whistle. We have won today's game. It is Bournemouth 2, Arsenal 4. And that is not a bad way to kick off our spell in charge. With a win. How please you get off someone start? Ba 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 ba. So with that, it moves us up to 6th. We have a game in hand. West Ham have 2 game in hands in their 3rd though. Weird. Yeah, we're not going to charge for league this year. No chance. But what we can do is try and get ourselves back in the top 4 so we have Champions League football next season. Oh, it's Chelsea. Of course it is. So in a week's time in game, we will be taking on Chelsea. Let's see what ends goal drought. How long do I think his goal drought was? I'm going to say 3 hours. Please don't be as bad as I think this could be. 10 hours of football without scoring. No wonder. No fucking wonder they're doing so bad. Hold on. Let's have a look at your record. So you started at Cannes. You came through the youth. You didn't make any appearances your first season or your second. You scored 11 and 37 competitive games in your so we'll call that your first professional season. You scored 5 and 18. Okay, that's not great. It's definitely not great. You scored 8 and 17, which isn't bad. That's almost a 1 and 2. You scored 17 and 36, which is, again, it's a couple games over 1 and 2, but it's not quite 1 and 3. 17 and 36, same again. Actually, the same record year back to back. Scored more in the league that year, though. Your last season at Lille, you scored 18 and 38, which, again, you're like a goal every 2.5 games at the moment. You then scored 15 and 49, which is closer to 1 and 4. 20 and 50. 20 and 50, you had a really good season then in your second season at Arsenal. 25 and 50, 1 and 2. Okay, that's fine. And then that's where this was hit. 20 and 53. And then so far this season, You have I thought you were one of my top goal scorers. You're not. You've scored 3 goals in 19 games. That's like that's actually a 1 in 6. Fucking hell. No wonder the team's been struggling. Let's praise Villegas. Sorry. We'll be back in 7 in-game days as we take on Chelsea. Okay, so my mic was miles away there. We are back for the second game against Chelsea. It is currently an unchanged side, but it's not going to be. I'm going to actually bring on Neil McClelland to play as that inverted fullback in there. That's the only change we're going to make. We have sold Miguel Sosa for £18 million to West Ham. Newcastle have received 3.6 million of that fee. They had a 20% sell on, not of profit, just of the sell on. We, as in me, has got £13.5 million of the money. There was other clubs that got solitary fees, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Boring, but we got that. What I didn't find out is, so Arsenal want us to operate a player chain model, right? So bring in players young so we can sell them on future. Fine, genuinely, out of this one particular game, 99% of clubs in world football have to operate this way, right? Other than your fucking top clubs, and even most of them can't afford to do it anymore. This is how you've got to operate. I mean, look at today is, as I record, it's 2 in the morning on the 4th of May, and you've got fucking Everton Football Club going to administration who have had years of Premier League money and have just fucked it. But yeah, that's a different thing for different. Anyway, Arsenal spent 31 million on him last season, and he just wasn't a player that we would be looking at all. So he's been moved on. We have decided to move on Malachi Kalman. Leon, our old club, have actually made a bid of 11 million for him. We've accepted that. We've agreed deals now with Bastoni and Richie. We just need them to move on. We have offered a deal for a goalkeeper called Spike Britz. He is an Englishman at Bayern Munich. He's back up there. He only looks, in terms of star numbers, he's only a little bit better. He's like 3 stars, where Tommy's 2.5. But he looks, stat-wise, fairly solid. He's been a backup by Munich. I actually think for the money we're about to spend, which in total is 22 million or 21 million, but we're paying, it's either 18 or 19 million up front, and then after he plays 50 games, we pay the remaining amount. I can't remember how much. But the deal's worth like 21, 22 million. For me, that's quite a wise spend. He's nation trained, so that ticks 2 boxes, one for the league and for Europe. He looks like a competent enough goalkeeper, especially for us. So a season or 2 with him, I think we'll be fine. That's the only deal we've even moved on. Had a look at the European squad and who we could take out to bring in and stuff. So, for example, Servan's not in the Champions League squad, but he's going to be. But this dude, Miroslav, I don't know how to say that second name. Is it Krejci? I don't know how to say the C with a little. It doesn't matter. He's injured for like 6 weeks to 3 months, so he's in the squad. He's coming out. He'll go in. The other guy will go in. So there's a couple changes to be made, but as things currently stand, I think we can only maybe add one more player. So right now, I'm not too upset if the only player we sign is the goalkeeper. There's a Brazilian right back who looks pretty good, actually. I just don't know if he's good enough to be first choice, and that's pretty much what he's demanding in terms of role in the squad. And if I'm being perfectly honest with the wage he's asking for, I wouldn't look to be paying that for somebody who isn't our regular first choice. Sorry, my dog's scratching her back on the floor and she just makes a hell of a noise at times. So yeah. A lot of stuff going on. But I don't think it's going to be sorted even by the next game. But anyway, this is our squad for today, and I'll explain the couple changes I've made. So it's Tommy and goals again, McClellan, Silva, Hato, Van Dessel, Malkov, Villegas, Baleba, Saka, Martinelli, and Lesueur up front. So McClellan's going to play as inside fullback. So when we've got the ball, he'll make his run up here. He'll go boop, 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 boop. What will happen there is essentially Silva will move into the middle and there, and then McClelland will come over there. They'll make up a back 3 with that. So we'll always have 3 defenders. I'm now going to put him as a deep line playmaker on defend. One, because it's Chelsea. Now, I don't know how good their squad is in this game, but Right now in my head, it's Chelsea. They will have a good squad. Let's just not be stupid. But everyone else's roles have stayed the same. We received an offer for Eduardo here from Everton. It was a loan deal with a obligation to buy in the summer, and I think the overall deal would have been worth about 68 million to us. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. But it has made me wonder if we keep him and move on our 31-year-old Baleba in the summer. Again, like everything else, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But that's our team for today. Let's go and take on Chelsea. I don't know what the bookies thought who was going to be the favourite for this game. I'd imagine it's us just because of the league positions. I think they're 10th. We are now, wherever we are, not 10th. But that is ours. Our recent form has been 4 wins and a loss. Only one of them has been our game, though. Chelsea are on a better run of form than us. Kinda, not really, slightly. They have 2 draws and 3 wins. As you see on the table, Chelsea are 10th on 35 points. A win today would actually move them probably above us. We are whatever position on 38. We're the team in the traditional red and white of Arsenal, playing against the traditional blue and white socks of Chelsea. So yeah. Goalkeeper, we're going to bring a guy in. For me, it looks like a sensible buy. I don't want to spend too much just now, especially in January. There was a goalkeeper from Benfica I would love to have signed, but they were wanting we'd made a deal of 68 million, and they were wanting it was 80 odd, 90 odd million, and even though I'm at Arsenal, I will genuinely struggle to spend that on a player. Internally, I'll just kind of, because what if he's shit? But mid-season, where players generally are a bit overpriced mid-season, we know this. But I just couldn't bring myself to spend that money on the goalkeeper. So, yeah, we're bringing in a guy who looks like he'll be reliable, and he'll be at very least he's nation trained, so it helps us in that quota as well. I also found a youngster who I probably would have just missed the other day when we were looking at the squad, but he's a youngster, he's 18-year-old striker. I'm trying to put him out on loan. I didn't look at attributes on him, so I just looked at star rating before and kind of ignored it. Not ignored it, he had the potential, but his initial current ability, that's a good finish. Current ability was kind of not good enough for us, but I had a quick check. He's League 2 level, so we're trying to get him out on loan. A lot of clubs Championship level and abroad are interested, but if we can get him maybe regular game time the second half of this season, maybe even the full of next season, he could generally be quite an interesting option for us up front going forward. The lad who I brought on at right mid last game, what is it? Williams. I looked at his stats a bit more. Yeah, I like the look of him. He's a prospect. He'll definitely get game time. The left back we've got, though, is a prospect. I want to try and give him some more game time over the course of this end of this season now and next. See if we can develop him as well. So I'm starting to make it's not major decisions just now, but it's small changes of, this guy in the squad next season, or this season, next season, this player. So we're just slowly making our mind up about a couple of positions. We're moving on for, I don't even know what to call them, just call them French players. We're moving on for French players, and we'll see what business we do this month. Saka with the head at the back post. Because we've got a European qualification squad we've got to register, I'm concerned that we won't have enough spaces to slot in on newer players that we do maybe try and sign this month. But at the same time, with the money we've got, we won't get a guarantee of 50 million next summer. We've got 100 million right now sitting in the bank. So I might start trying to make some smart transfers, or even line up smart transfers for the summer, if that's maybe a better option. So the next episode we're doing is 3 games, and I think what I'm going to do is just show you the 3 games. If we sign anybody, I'll briefly mention them, but I'll go into more detail on any signings we do make on Wednesday's episode, because I kind of want to... Next episode I just want to focus on the games for yous, and then Wednesday we'll talk about transfers and anything else that goes on. Oh my god, that's poor defending. No wonder our defence is shit. Um, but I want to. I just want to focus on the transfers a little bit, but do it. I don't want to say unhindered, but just off the eyes of pressure at the moment. Because I'm kind of considering just try to get a few signings done, but they won't come until the summer, where we've got a bit more time to properly move players on and the like. So I think that's maybe what I'm going to do. Yeah. But we'll see. You know, that can always change, man. It depends if I, one, remember when I come to record tomorrow's episode, and two, if I decide to do that anyway. But yeah. What will I say, there's nobody that's been offered to us or has been noted their availability that I'm like, oh my god, we need to sign player X. That hasn't happened. Like I said, there's a Brazilian right back I can't make up my mind on if I want to make the move for. Because what he's demanding, I'm not sure he's good enough for it. I'm just not sure. Not having your performance. Good. That's motivated you. That's the plan. Kind of concerned about striking options again, but I don't think we're going to make any major moves in that until the summer. But I wouldn't be against getting somebody signed up for the summer, but getting that deal done now. I have a couple of players in mind. One of them is actually at Chelsea. One of them is at our former club, funnily enough. But there's a couple of players I want to have the scouts have a look at and things, and we'll try and get some deals tied up. Also, see who the hell's out of contract in the summer. I think the rules are that we can't sign any Premier League players or English players. And when I say English, I mean based in England. We can't sign any of them on pre-contracts until, is it the last month, like May or something? So that's one that probably can't make a move on immediately, but we can keep our eye on. Fuller's going to come on, so I'm just making changes. I'll explain them in a second. Right, so yeah, we're going to take off Villegas. He's injured, feels like he can shake it off, so I'm hoping that's not major. So we're going to bring on Escalante. He's normally a number 10, but he can play centre mid quite comfortably. He's better at centre mid attack, which I can see with his stats, don't get me wrong, I can. But he's a playmaker. He is absolutely a playmaker for us, so that's what he's going to do. He'll replace Villabas. We're bringing on 7 because Martinelli's just not had a good game at all. He's got 6.4 rating. And again, Lasor, 6.4. So we're going to bring on Alejandro Fuller. He is an American. Stats tell me he is fast and can finish. Let's see if that is the case. He can also develop a bit more, but at 25, I don't see it. So he's something that I would be very, very much interested in if we could potentially move on in the summer. That's not a change I'm going to make just now, but I'm keeping an eye on fitness. Van Dessel at left back looks knackered, which is a concern for me. Demand more. I'm also watching Baleba have a bad game. Not a bad game, but he's not really having an impact for me. And that's the one role, if you're like in the team, and I'm like, do we replace you with a ball-winning midfielder? Possibly. Yeah, I need to take him off. I'm going to make a risk here, and I'm going to bring on Tariq Aina. He's a wing-back on defend. So no real, just a change in quality of player, but he's a youngster who I've got a bit of faith in. And again, I'm going to bring on Harrison Williams for the goal scorer, Bukayo Saka, because Saka looks shattered, and I'd rather not lose him to injury when we've got a European game just a couple of days away. Hato, Servin, one of the youngsters now I'm putting a bit of faith in. It's a good ball, and Escalante, unlucky. Good save by their goalkeeper, actually. Can the youngsters I've thrown on make a difference, i.e. Williams, Servin, Aina? The rest aren't young. To force that corner out. Yes, we're in talks. We're not in talks. We've agreed to deal with the set piece coach. He's just waiting on his work permit. So he's another coach of mine who isn't here yet. Williams is left-footed. But you're a... Sorry, I just assumed that you were a winger. You are left-footed. So you'd be better at cut. Oh, he'd have been better cutting in. If I knew that, I'd have set the instruction to have him cut inside. Doesn't matter now. Doesn't matter now. Will I take a draw with... Oh, fuck. Don't finish that sentence, Duncan. 1-1. Win it. Win it. Yes, Antonio. Right, Fuller. Back to serving. I would take a draw against Chelsea, I'll be honest. I would take a draw. Good tackle again, serving. A couple of the players we've got are impressed me. They're maybe not getting the match ratings, but when we get highlights, seem to be doing well. Hatto's one, Antonio's definitely one. Servant and Williams have both been in the last 2 games. As well as Aguirre. Or Aguirre. So I think it's Aguirre, isn't it? Right, Williams. Can he deliver a cross? Can we score in the last minute of the game? No, we can't. It's Arsenal 1, Chelsea 1. It's a draw to end the first episode of our... I was going to say Chelsea. Arsenal playthrough. The next episode, we are doing 3 games. So what? Oh fuck! So with that, we actually drop to 5th. Liverpool will have a game in hand, so I don't know if they play another day. So we could be 3 points behind top 4. Okay. It's going to be a tough end of season. I think we can tell that. But next time we're here, we'll be taking on Maccabi Tel Aviv in the Champions League. We'll be taking on Exeter in the FA Cup 4th round, and then we'll be taking on Red Star Belgrade. That is the next episode, because that's what I get through January. And then, you know, after that, well, it's going to be tough, isn't it? Yeah. But yeah, that's what we're going to do tomorrow. We've got 3 games. If you enjoyed today's video, do leave a thumbs up on the video. If you think Arsenal is the right club for us now, if you think I made the right decision, let me know in the comments down below. If you think I made a mistake, let me know in the comments down below. Love to hear from you all. And until next time, take care everyone. Bye for now.